Namaste and welcome. It's so lovely to be here with you today. My name is Azrael and I'm coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee. And I wanted to take a few moments today to share with you an August energy update, August 2024. We're in powerful times, going through tremendous collective shifts in a space where I think for a lot of us, we've been like, what the heck is going on? And when are things gonna move? And when am I gonna find my ground and my clarity? Now, August is always a very powerful time. On the 8th, we have the Lionsgate portal, which is an opportunity to step into greater wisdom and greater connection with our intuition and our highest self, that soul level awareness and being. And it's also a time where we're coming into like a fullness and abundance energetically. It's like the fullness and the richness of summer before it takes its exhale and moves into a space of harvest season of the fall. And in these times, right, like we're at a time like we've never been in before, where we don't have that space and we don't have that sort of clarity and knowing. I think for so many of us, we've been moving through a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unlearning and unwinding of our past patterns, our past beliefs, definitely of our energies and our energy systems. And if you're like me, I think there's part of you that's probably like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to like move forward. So is August going to be the month? Well, probably not fully, but there's a lot of really cool things happening. And I think there is more clarity and more light coming through in a way that we can be accessed and accessing. So first, I just want to share a little bit about how I'm going to share today, and then we'll go right into it. I work with my intuition, so I'm going to be working just with the downloads that have come through for us as a collective, and I'm going to share a bit about that. From that. And then I'm also going to share 3 cards that I pulled with you today to help give further insight and energy and support on what it is that's actually sort of going on, and direct messages that can like bring us into deeper connection with ourselves and also perhaps give us support in this coming month. Because this coming month, like many of the months before and many months after, is going to continue to be an opportunity to ride these waves of great change. And so I think that's the first thing I want to say is we are in a time of tremendous change. We're in a time where the beautiful and comfortable sort of box of our universal understanding of consciousness and of our field is shifting, right? We're shifting from the 3D to the 5D to the maybe 100,000D. You know, we're shifting beyond our perceptions, I think is mostly what I want to say. And, in the past, we would be in a space of like, okay, I sort of know what's going on. Even if I don't know, I can trust in the linear flow of things. Well, we're being asked in the past few years for sure to step out of the linear flow and more into the diamond faceted energy of reality, where everything is shifting, everything is opening, everything is clearing and being purified. We're in a great state of purification right now. And we're not necessarily able to trust in the path because it's not so linear. Now, that doesn't mean we're not trusting. It doesn't mean that there's not a foundation there. In fact, we're being asked to step into even greater foundation than we ever had before. We're being asked to let go and surrender to the full and truth of the universe, of our being, and of the wisdom that is beyond our perception in our mind. Now, this has been unfolding for the past, at least since 2020. Really, it's been in play for decades, 2012 really sort of setting it off, right? And it's going to continue. Definitely the past few years have been a time of great purification and mass purging. And in the last year specifically, it's sort of like, oh, I'm sort of feeling like myself again. I'm sort of in this space, right? And when I say myself, I'm speaking for the collective we. And at the same time, then it's like, oh no, I'm not. There's that pattern again, or there's that stuff that's coming up that's making me have to look at or feel or be with this fear or this feeling of uncertainty or grief or whatever it is that might be true or current for us, and what we're here to sort of heal, transform, shift in consciousness to come into greater alignment with the fractal pattern that we're opening up into. And in the last month or so, there's been a shift energetically. Now, this shift energetically is something that's happening on a bigger scale, even though chaos is sort of reigning supreme in our wide world view and what we're seeing play out in the world right now. But at the same time, we're starting to get glimpses of, oh, here I am again. Or, oh, I might not be able to know where the path is leading. And that's part of it. We're not meant to know right now. And at the same time, I'm starting to feel a little bit more connected to the what is, or more connected to my own light, my own experience of being. And so August is setting up the stage for us to come into a space of greater clarity, greater connection with ourselves, and a space where we can come into alignment, especially for those of us that are working on these lines and these pathways of greater energy and greater conscious evolution and evolution for the collective whole. There is a grounding that's starting to come in through us. Now, this ground is not temporary. We are coming into a space where we're going to open into being able to hold and master and flow with more energy. And at the same time, it's going to feel somewhat temporary because we're going to like integrate it, and then the vibration is going to shift again, and it's going to be time for us to move through the waves, right? More waves, more cleansing, more growth, so that we can be ready for this shift that's happening, so that we can continue to be the gatekeepers or those that step through the threshold first. And so August is all about finding that footing and coming into a space where it's like, oh, here I am. I remember me. And by me, I'm not talking about the identities. Those are shifting away. Soon as we try to grab onto those identities, universe or the waves are going to sort of smack us across the face and say, oh, no. It's not about identity right now. It's about connecting with that sense and that energy of presence, about coming into the heart or the belly and being that beautiful vessel, that temple of light, so that life can flow into you and flow through you. And so there can be a deeper awareness and a deeper connection to the greater message of life. That message that isn't about doing or being, but that's about being here, holding the vibration, and being the key for energy, for consciousness, for life to evolve and to take root in this new way through us. Remember, it's a multi-dimensional form. This pathway we've been walking through, even with our chakra systems, right? It's like this way or that way. And we're opening into bigger form. So this month is really about harnessing that, connecting that, and finding deeper safety and flow in that. So when the next wave or the next burst of energetic purification happens, we're ready. And we also get to just sort of have some joy and freedom and fun as well. So that definitely is one of the messages, is where do you find your joy? Where do you find your freedom? And where can you connect into the full radiance of being? Yes, we have 4 planets in retrograde this month. We're just coming into Mercury retrograde. Things might be a little topsy-turvy at moments. There might be moments where it's like, oh, like, can I trust that? Or, oh, this is sort of like messing up a little bit in my outer realm. And yet there's gonna be a sense more of certainty. My feeling is with this Lionsgate portal on 8/8 is that it's going to be a beautiful opportunity again to connect with the energy, to connect with the bigger pictures, to connect with the flow of life that's coming in, and that energy that's coming in from the higher beings, the higher star energy. I would even say if you're connected to them, to the lion energy, the star lion energy, and bringing that into being and feeling that, remembering your mastery, remembering those moments in time from past lives where you chose to be here at this space, those moments in the mystery schools where it's like, oh yeah, I remember, right? But my sense is it's going to be more grounding this year, very expansive, and yet it's going to be rooting us into the earth and rooting us into a greater potential and energy of experiencing it and allowing it to find its way. So the past couple years, it's been like explosions of light, and then our systems sort of have to like move with it, right? They have to integrate it. And I feel like this year it's a pure, clear channeling right down the earth through our experience of being, opening us up into the higher fractal frequency, and yet in a way that's manageable and connected, a way that brings us home to ourself and allows us to be the radiant beings we are. So very powerful, powerful month. You know, as we get to the end of the month, I feel like the wave is going to start to go down a little bit. There's going to be a sense of, okay, wanting to go to work, wanting to put tools to work. You might actually have a lot of focus this month in getting things done and creating as well, which is great if you do. But definitely there'll be more of that focus near the end of the month. And there's going to be more again about this month, like for the main part of it is going to be trusting the intuition, coming home to the heart, or that sense of your own inner temple and inner space, and finding a space of peace, connection, integrated higher vibration, and I think remembering, right? Because I think that's part of what we've been all forgetting, or not forgetting, but like, you know, we've been in it. And when we're in it and the old way isn't home anymore, like who are we, right? We're unlearning, we're unwinding, we're shifting. And so this month is a moment to pause and to truly remember and to take it back in. So it feels really powerful. So I invite you to open to joy. I invite you to trust. I invite you to ask for help. And I really invite you to ground into being. And so I pulled 3 cards today to bring us into like the energy of the month. And so for those of you that don't know, I do Tarot Tuesdays every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can ask a question and I'll answer it via chat. And yeah, it's a powerful time to connect. I've been getting lots of people. So if there's lots more people that come, I might offer it a couple times a week. And I find these card readings are huge. They're powerful, right? Another thing that I do offer is on the first Tuesday of every month, so this would be next Tuesday, is a shamanic gathering into the collective whole via Zoom. You can check that out on my website. And that also is going to be a very potent opportunity to connect into these greater reaches. And that's on the 6th of August. So the first card I pulled today was the Gene Keys. And for those of you that don't know the Gene Keys, I won't go into it right now. I'll probably have more videos on that in the future. But it's a very powerful system, and I would say a key to opening us into greater understanding of ourselves. Feel free to go on their website, genekeys.com, and you can look at your chart. There's lots of interesting and free information on there. But the card I picked today from the Gene Keys deck is 57, and it's intuition. So it's moving from a space of unease and discomfort, right? Through intuition, through seeing our power and trusting in our power, and then into a space of like great clarity, right? And so intuition is the word. And I'd like you to take a moment and just look at this card and feel the grounded awareness and the peace, the space of knowing the truth, very embodied and yet open. And that truly is the energy of this month. When I picked this card, I was like, oh yes, because there has been so much unease. There's been so much uncertainty. And now we're moving from this space, right? Of like not knowing, of like, can I trust? And I'm going to laugh at that when I pull up the next card. Can I trust? And it's about stepping into our intuition and remembering. And from there, coming into deep clarity and clarity of being more at peace with what is. And so this energy is the power of connecting and harnessing the light of our soul star and the light of ourselves to find clarity in center, embodied, and allowing our intuition to really shine. So powerful dreams this month, but grounded. Powerful remembering, that's a key word, remembering. And powerful understanding to all that is. Trust. And that was the second card I picked. This is from Doreen Virtue's deck, and it's trust, energy of Vishnu, the energy of bringing in this space. Everything is going to be okay. Yes, it's cracked apart. Yes, this world is like going crazy. Yes, the collective is like insane. And yes, like, who am I even in this great change? Trust in the process. There is a space here. There is a new flow being built. There's something happening beyond our wildest understanding and wildest dreams. And if we can come into a space of greater trust, all will be well. And so again, I see this month as being an opportunity for us to exhale, for us to feel that trust, and for us to soften and surrender into a greater space, peace, and energy of being. Powerful. And then my third card that I picked is this beautiful card from the Maya Toll Herbary deck. It's Self-Heal, and the words are ripple outwards. So self-heal to me, it's a member of the peppermint family. It's a very powerful nervous system rejuvenative, and it's also something that brings us into center. It's very calming, and it's also very healing, and yet it grows everywhere. It's like everywhere, right? And so it's not about healing ourselves. It's not about like, oh, I got to do this work and heal myself, self-heal. It's more about you are here. You are centered. You are in a place where you can relax, again, the exhale, and what can ripple outward from there? What can flow out? We're having an infusion. We've been having an infusion of light for many years now, and it's going to continue for August. But there's a grounding happening this month. And so as you find ground, as you find center, what may open up from here? What may shine from here? And what may flow from here? Powerful. So ask yourself to come home to your body. Do the things that find you joy. Trust your intuition. Ask for the guides and angels' helps. They're here. They're smiling with us. And give yourself both permission this month to relax, to breathe, and to enjoy the process as you've come into a greater sense of connection, finding home, and perhaps even finding some balance for the first time in some time. Getting that clarity, connecting with whatever it is that comes true for you, knowing that it is the anchor that is going to prepare you for the months to come. So thank you so much for listening today. Feel free to share any thoughts or comments you have below. And yeah, I'd love to see you on Tuesdays and any other time that you feel called. I wish you the most beautiful and wonderful day. Namaste.